no, I'm actually looking forward to having a bit more footy on. I saw Kenny and the lads beat Leeds like 74-0 or something ridiculous the other night.
Yeah, it's crazy.
So
I didn't even know that Leeds had a league team. I know they've got a rugby team. I'm pretty sure.
yeah, I think they got both. I think it's a big rugby league town. Well, that's one of the bigger teams, I think. Like, rugby league's not massive over there, but it's got a pretty solid following. I think it's kind of like A-League vibes.
Yeah, nice. They got trashed by Kenny on a holiday. Kenny and Romy on a holiday.
Yeah, it's good signs for the Kiwis. I'm looking forward to the World Cup. I feel like England and Kiwis will be pretty good, as well as Tonga probably. So should be pretty good. Like, you don't want to just see smashings every week, so it's good to have a few competitive sides. But I think Kiwis are looking better than they have in a long time. Like, you know, Romy in there, Kenny. Who's the other half?
I'm not sure.
Manu's in the side. Cheese. So yeah, it'll be pretty good, I reckon. I'm looking forward to it.
As an AFL, like my number one sports AFL, I've always hated on the numbering system in the rugby league, and then now that I saw the numbers for the Kangaroos, I've actually changed my mind. It's much easier to understand what's going on when it's just 1 to 15.
Yeah, I saw that they've like numbered Teddy number 1, and then everyone else in order of appearance, right?
Yeah. Money was number 7. I saw.
Yeah, sick. And he's staying at the Storm. That's pretty cool as well.
Yeah,
your DDS holders who are happy about that.
for sure. I think it'll be interesting next year. We've got Kenny at the Dolphins.
Yeah.
I know, there's been a few discussions about what we could do there with the Dolphins. Make it everyone's second team.
Yeah.
I think
they definitely need some signatures. They need some signatures for sure. I don't think they've even got a full squad yet.
Yeah, it's gonna be a bit of struggle town, I think, but might be a good time to jump on before they sign up all the big players.
Yeah, hopefully not Mitchell Moses or Dylan Brown. Does this AMA have a topic? No, we just wanted to get in, have a chat with the community. If anyone wants to jump up, ask any questions, they can. But no, we're just going to talk a little bit about what's coming up. See how everyone's surviving in the bear market. But no real agenda. I was just talking to Jules saying, haven't done an AMA in a while. Let's do one. So, but if there's anything you want us to talk about, let us know.
We've got JS, who looks like a fellow Macy holder, so I'll get him up to chat with you, Jacob.
Yeah, sweet. What's happening, JS?
Guys,
how are you?
Oh, can you hear me now?
Yeah, man. What's going on?
Not much. Just wanted to kind of inquire about, Dead Diamond Society. Let me see if I can get a way to put this on speaker because it sounds like I'm talking now. But
just
yeah, I guess.
Bottom, where the are you on a mobile phone?
Yeah, I'm on a mobile phone. Yeah.
Yeah, just slide up the options on the bottom. There's an extra option there called change audio output.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I'll get on that now.
Jules helped me with that earlier.
Yeah, awesome. Thanks for that. Learn something new every day. Yeah, Discord's very clearly not my home. So I live and breathe on Twitter. So being a Dead Diamond holder on Twitter is a bit of a ghost town. I didn't realize you guys play poker and do so much, all in the Discord. And Discord is not my app. I'm in like 100 different group chats, and I just get flooded with notifications. So yeah, kind of interesting. But first, congrats on the whole Shaq and Hezbollah thing. That was last month, was it? Or was it the month before?
Were you there? I think you were there, hey?
Yeah, I was there. I met you in person, Jacob. I met a lot of people who were listening in as well. I met Mickton. I met Eva Bell. It was actually really awesome. So once again, huge props to you guys for putting that together.
Awesome.
Really awesome to kind of get that.
How'd you hear about DDS?
So a couple of my friends didn't actually make it on that night, but they told me about DDS. So that's why I got involved. To be honest, I wanted to meet Shaq. and seeing him DJ was pretty awesome. So yeah, that's kind of the reason that I bought it, and I've been holding for a couple of months now. Like I said, not too active in the Discord, but love what you guys are building. You know, you guys have a really strong community, and yeah, just wanted to kind of reach out, say hello, and yeah, I guess just kind of talk about potential like collaborations. So I run a group called NFT Sydney. We've had 3 events so far. You might have seen us on Twitter. I'm behind that account. There's also NFT Melbourne, which have been doing events since November last year. There's NFT New Zealand, which had their big launch events, last month. And there's also going to be NFT Gold Coast as well. So I guess you guys have your own way of doing events, but at the end of the day, like we're going to be running smaller monthly events. We had one just last Thursday, just as a bit of a shill. If you guys are down to hear about it.
Yeah, go for it.
So this we're trying to do creative things. So the event we had last Thursday was called Blackout. So there was no phones, no cameras, no recording. We're really strict with it at the door. We had people who weren't doxed on stage talking about, their degen activities, how they've made money, what they've gotten in on. We had a confession box where everyone wrote down their stupid crypto confessions, and we read that out on stage. It was just a really awesome event. So yeah, I guess I didn't really have time to share it with the DDS community. But yeah, guys, like FYI, NFT Sydney's running events. If you're in Sydney, there's going to be some more in Gold Coast coming very soon. And yeah, like Australia's just been taken over with this whole Aussie follow Aussie Twitter storm that's happened lately. So cash in on some free engagement if you want, and meet some new people, because yeah, the DDS community is amazing. Much love to you guys. And yeah, I'd like to kind of partner and work with you on future events because I love what you're building.
Awesome, man. Well, thanks for being a part of it, bro. Really appreciate it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
just on the Twitter thing, we acknowledge that we've been pretty bad at it in the past.
We're not Twitter natives, are we, Jules?
Yeah, we're not Twitter natives, that's for sure. But Evo Bell, who is definitely a Twitter native, and I think JS, you might have met her at the New Zealand event or spoken to
I
her.
think was she here for the Shack event? I think I did meet her in person.
She was, yeah.
Yeah, I met her in person.
Basically running it, basically.
She was amazing. She jumps in out. She jumps in the Twitter spaces we hold too. She's awesome. But yeah, I guess I put out a tweet on the night of the Shack night, and I'm like, oh, I photoshopped like the mutant over my head. I'm like, thanks to Dead Diamond Society. I got like 2 likes. I'm like, what the hell? Where is everyone? So I'll have to jump in and do the poker and stuff too. But I like what you guys have got going. It was really awesome to meet new people in the space. And yeah, like no real. I know this is an AMA, but no real questions. But look forward to working with you guys and building out the Aussie ecosystem, because you guys are, you guys are amazing. Like very few projects have achieved what you guys have done, and you're kind of building in silence, which is what I love as well. You're not making too much noise.
I think we brought in a lot of people who weren't like NFT natives, because of like some of the founders being like, NRL players or whatever. And our marketing strategy was a bit different. Like we were more Instagram focused rather than Twitter focused, and we got a bit of heat for that, but we didn't really need to have a huge Twitter following. I think at that time there was a lot of fake Twitter numbers flying around, so people were coming into the Discord going, "Oh, you've only got 6,000 people in Discord and 1,000 people on Twitter." But I think the reality was that we had real people, real engagement, and that's something that we've always been pretty proud of, and something that we want to keep building is just like real engagement. Rather than buying followers, because there's a lot of projects out there that buy Discord members and Twitter followers, but I think that's a bit of a short-term sort of game. We're in it for the long term.
Definitely. And I love that as well. Like a lot of people think, oh, you need a certain follower count or a certain Discord member count in order to mint out. You guys are obviously doing your thing. It's worked really successfully for you. So congrats. If you do ever want to run any Twitter spaces, did you run one a couple days ago? Does that ring a bell?
Yeah, so there was a community space. So Tats and Evo, who were the lead mods, they run it used to be every Monday, and I think they're picking it back up again, but they run a community space themselves. So us founders, if we're around, we sometimes get pulled on, but it's definitely a community thing. It's not our thing. So whatever goes on in there is community led and community run.
I used to enjoy logging into those. I haven't.
Yeah, I know.
How long have they been running for? Because we went for a bit of a break there.
was a bit of a hiatus, but yeah, there was one on Monday which I missed, but I heard from all reports it was a good one.
Yeah, nice. Well, we got Peth with a hand up. So JS, thanks for jumping on, man. Really appreciate it, and it was great to meet you.
Same here, my man.
We'll catch up another event soon.
100%. Sounds good. I'll step down.
Hey guys,
Oh.
can you hear me?
Yeah, man. How are you?
Yeah, not too bad yourself. How do I put this on speaker?
Yeah. Just slide up, brother. Slide up from the bottom. Like, see the four buttons, and then change audio.
Oh, I'm good to go. Sweet. Hey,
Sweet,
yeah. Sorry, what were you saying?
No, nothing. You go ahead, bro.
Oh yeah, sweet. Yeah. So a few weeks ago, maybe, or maybe a week ago from now, in the suggestions I put in, I was thinking like maybe doing like a DDS, like sort of like a mini podcast series, but it wouldn't really be like your typical podcast. It was like, I think what would be good would be sort of just like episodes of profiles that are holders.
Cool.
Yeah. And I was just thinking, so I've sort of brainstormed the idea in a way. Like I think it'd be good because like it'd be free marketing, first off, and then we could use the voice of like our holders to promote.
Sick.
Yeah. And so I sort of based it out where like the audio, like it wouldn't be like a long one. It would just be like 10 to 20 minutes, just like a good convo, 10 to 20 minutes. And I was thinking roughly like you could do like 8 to 12 episodes. If you do 8 to 12 episodes, that's like 2 to 3 months worth of content.
Yeah.
Or you could space it out if you wanted to. But yeah, obviously like the topics you would cover, or the questions you'd ask would be around DDS and crypto. So, you know, you'd ask things like how such and such got into crypto, DDS, what made them join, what they like about the NFTs and DDS in particular. And then like you could ask things towards the end, like some things about them, like favorite food, holiday, occupation, blah, blah, blah. Then you could also go like favorite skull, who in the next 3 years will have the most DDS skulls in their wallet, full plus prediction of the DDS project.
How about we have a little crack now? You want to have that conversation? Like, how about you tell us how you found out about DDS?
I think I was like, it was around Christmas time and everyone was getting into NFTs. It was Bored Ape this and CryptoPunks, that sort of thing. And then I think it was Sandor Insta that was pushing it.
Yeah.
And then I've always been following Sandor, and then just got into it from then. But if I'm being completely honest, I didn't really know what I was doing, to be honest. I was just sort of, it was a bit of FOMO and just dipping my toe into what I think, you know, could be potentially good. I think that's how I did roughly.
You're an OG. Did you mint on mint day?
Yeah. I minted 2.
Unreal.
I think I minted 1 when I was whitelisted.
Yeah.
I minted 1, and then I think the next hour or 2 or the next day, maybe I minted the other one, but it was only because I didn't have enough ETH. So that's how new I was. I wasn't even calculating the ETH right.
No, we appreciate it, man. That's awesome. Thanks for, sticking it out as well and still being part of the community.
Nah, it's all you guys. You know, you all keep the project running, and there's not like I think I'm part of about 4 or 5 projects, and this has been the only project that's been like a net positive, and that's going well. Like it's going pretty well for sort of a scenario that we're in. But yeah, back to sort of like the idea. Like for me personally, I just like from my point of view, I think we should be able to tap into this to build the audience more, and then like we've seen like businesses like Bloke in a Bar, Hello Sport, like they use their sort of podcast or their show to direct their audience into their product.
Yeah.
So, like, yeah, I just think like we should utilize the networking that we've got in this sort of manner.
Yeah.
And like a few ideas off the top of my head would be, like we've got someone like young Ashy, like there's not many kids his age that have got an NFT. And I'm not saying, we should force him or choose him definitely, but there is people like him in the community, or there's a lot of different personalities. So,
sure.
there's not just like I don't think the episodes will be boring or sort of just they won't, they'll all have their own different sort of like personality.
Yeah.
I think the challenge though, like I think for it to really be successful would obviously having like the higher profile holders like the footy players, or even like Sandor or Phil. They've got the big followings, but we could use sort of those episodes to drag in an audience, and then we'd obviously want that same engagement into the episodes of the holders that are involved a lot.
Yeah.
Like
Sure.
do you get what I'm saying?
I
Yeah,
think it's a good idea, and it's sort of something that we've thought about before. It's sometimes hard to get time with the Storm boys, because obviously they've got a lot
I think
of
with all of
commitments.
us, even, to be honest, Jules,
Yeah.
with this project, for a lot of us, it's like a passion project, like it's not ongoing, like it's not, paying us an ongoing salary or anything like that. So sometimes, like your main job gets in the way, and we have all these big dreams like podcasts and stuff, but it is hard to make the time. What I think we like, if I think about DDS, I think one of the biggest strengths of DDS is the community. So I think it's how can we leverage the community and like all do a little bit to create something really awesome with this podcast. So
Yeah,
I'm all
like
for it.
Pef, if you wanted to kind of take it by the horns, and we could talk about it, like if it's just if you're coming up with the ideas, and you get a founder on each podcast or a couple of founders on each podcast, and that's kind of the time commitment required, then like definitely I think it's something that could be successful.
Yeah, Evo's saying that she'll help as well. I'm
Yeah,
seeing
of course.
the question.
Yeah.
So.
Well, like, yeah, I'd be more than happy to host it and sort of try and steer the ship in that way. Because I understand you guys have got separate jobs outside of DDS and that sort of stuff, but yeah, for sure, like I'd be more than happy to try and get the ball rolling with it.
Yes, start a ticket, and we can chat about it offline. I think that's a good start.
All right, so it sounds good.
Yeah, we're all for the community just getting involved and helping build the brand. So I'm not saying that we don't have any time. Like, we're still committed to the project, but sometimes like when you're trying to plan like the next phase and everything else that comes with running a project, things like podcasts don't actually happen. So it'll be good to have some community members sort of help push those sort of things.
Yeah,
like
for sure.
The thing that Evo's the best at is keeping us honest. Like she pushes and is like, we need to do this right now, and then it gets done because someone's actually pushing us. So if we have someone like that that's able to push on this type of thing, then more than happy to do it.
Yeah, definitely.
The other thing, we've got so much content. Like, how many good AMAs have we had? Like, we've had some cracker AMAs. Like, some that were just hilarious, some that were kind of serious, some that are inspirational. Like, there's some absolute gems, but we don't really utilize that content. We could easily just upload like AMAs to the podcast profile as well.
Well, they are, like, they're on YouTube, but they're not. There's no
All of them?
real pushing. The ones that races put up are on there.
Yeah, there's a few, but I don't think we do it every time. But and I think like really trying to use that content is a solid idea as well. But yeah, man, thanks so much for jumping up, and let's keep chatting.
Yeah,
you got BJ, his hand up.
Sorry,
I was saying we'll definitely keep chatting about it. But thanks for jumping on, man. Appreciate it.
Too easy. Talk soon, eh?
See you, man.
Thanks, mate. We've got
Yeah.
BJ Robinson coming up.
Yo, BJ, he's an OG.
Yes.
Where you at, BJ?
He's gone. Oh, wait.
It's right. Oh, damn.
I don't know what's happening.
I'm
Is
seeing
there
there's
any? Yeah. I guess, do we want to talk a little bit about what we can about phase 3? Give a
I
bit
think
of,
all we want to say is that we're going to start posting about it. And what we want to do is for the next few weeks, we're going to be posting something at the same time, which is just a hint. But we don't want to give too much away.
There was one thing that I think that we should raise with the community is part of phase 3 is going to be prizes. So there's going to be, for instance, and don't hold me to this being a prize, but like a Zoom call with Paps, something like that. Those type of prizes plus other things, tangible prizes as well. If anyone has ideas about prizes or ability to connect with a business that could provide cool prizes, like start a ticket, because that should be the next phase of us kind of getting phase 3 off the ground. So yeah, just putting a call out to the community on that.
Yeah, it's one of those things as well. Like, just with the current climate, it is hard to really like build DDS. Like, I think we kind of got to sort of ride the wave. I'm still really excited for phase 3, but yeah, there was talk about, like, I see is it Kimber asking about saving ETH? Where is it? No, Mullet. Like, we've talked about doing another drop and things like that, but we just think that that's not a good idea in the current climate. We just want to keep building what we've got. And we've got a pretty cool thing lined up. Like, we really brainstormed, like, what's the best direction to take DDS, like, especially in consideration of the current climate. And yeah, I think the new direction is cracker. I wouldn't even say new direction, but the next phase is cracker. Like, I think it's really cool. But we don't want to give too much away. But keep an eye out on socials. We're going to start posting, and yeah, I'm excited to see what you guys think.
But yeah, Jacob and I had a bit of a preview of it yesterday with the devs, and it's looking pretty schmick. I can
Looking better than the merch section of our website right now by looks.
Yes.
How did that happen? I'm just seeing some Appy saying she wants to buy some merch, and she can buy a ticket to an April 9th DDS Sydney meetup. $10. Shut your lips.
I don't know.
What's $1?
Something. But there is going to be merch dropped at the same time as phase 3. We've got the Shack t-shirts. We've got some basic tees with just the DDS logo, but we really want to drop it in a way that it's successful. The last merch drop wasn't very successful, and I think that building a bit of building a bit of hype and a bit of putting a bit of marketing behind the merch drop rather than just dropping merch willy-nilly, I think is going to be super important to the success of it. So we really want to have it all at the same time with a proper campaign leading up to it.
Yo. There's a few legends on this call. I'm just having a look. What's going on, guys? Who else is going to come up? Anyone want to come up and say hello before we wrap up? Any other
I want to hear
questions?
from Tats. I haven't heard from Tats in yonks.
Yo, Tats, come on. Appy's also asking about the counting game coming to the server. I reckon ask Evo about that.
I give Evo permission to do anything that she wants within reason.
Tats, what's happening, man?
Just doing my thing. Doing a lot of behind the scenes stuff, actually.
You are?
Yeah.
What's going on?
Well, just bits and pieces, bit of this, bit of that.
Yeah.
Bit like us at the moment, eh?
Just trying to keep the wolves at bay from asking about phase 3 all the time. Like sort of like that whack-a-mole game. Like Eva and I with the sticks in our hands, like whacking the heads as they come up. Phase 3,
no,
back.
I've
Phase 3,
noticed it
whack.
a little bit. I noticed the change of the Skullmasters channel, the name change as well.
Yeah. Did want to call out the Twitter account takeover from Evo Bell. Like, I think the engagement's been unreal the last few days or so when I don't know if she hacked in and didn't give the password back or whatever it was, but like she's killing it. You know, like we've had heaps of followers jump on. And I agree with what the bloke before, I think it was JS said before. Like, I think like maybe this chat could be on Spaces, you know, because if people just walking past in Twitter land might jump on and listen in, you know, like maybe these sorts of things could even be on Twitter in the future.
Yeah, like, there's no reason why not. It's just, I guess when you do things the same way all the time, it kind of just happens the same way all the time. But there's no reason why we can't. So I think we can move this across to Twitter going forward and really help try to push the great work that Evo's doing on Twitter, because I think we used Instagram initially to sell out, and I think it made sense at the time, but I do see the need to push Twitter more, and having someone like Evo that gets it and is excited by the engagement that she's getting on Twitter. I think it's great. So definitely on board on doing as much as we can to help her out.
We're pretty popular on Twitter, I reckon. Like all of us are just Insta fellas, so we struggle on Twitter. Like
the audience is different though, right? We've got a unique audience here. We've got the sports side, who are Instagram natives, and then we've got the NFT side, which are Twitter. And I think you need both, right? You're not getting Josh out Okada by a skull on Twitter, right? Like that's not happening, or on Discord. Like that had to be on Instagram, right? That's what happens. But when you want to start getting involved
on Instagram,
that came across. But when you're starting to get into these NFT specific type things, when you're trying to, shield or collaborate or whatever you're doing, it has to be Twitter, So that's sort of people walking by. Like Eva and I have people walking by when we do our spaces, jumping up and wanting to have a chat. We had a good chat with a New Zealand guy actually Monday night about what they're doing. He was involved in the NFT NZ thing they did, kind of the sister one of the Sydney one that just got spoken about. So just that sort of bypass traffic, I think it'd be good to get if we could move some more stuff to spaces. So just wanted to shout out Evo, and I'm looking forward to the future.
Awesome.
Like, what are you doing in the because you're obviously someone that buys a lot of NFTs generally. What are you doing at the moment in terms of NFTs? You buying, minting at the moment?
Is this a shill time, is it?
You don't have to
whatever
shill.
you want, Kat.
Just
You're allowed to do whatever you want.
I'm just interested to know, because I've kind of been not looking at too much at the moment, so I'm a little bit out of it. So I was just interested to see what you're doing.
So there was the whole Twitter hack Evo Bell takeover started on the weekend because they're doing this big Aussie spaces, right? And they had a guy up who said, everyone calls it a bear market, but he prefers to think of it as a smart market. Like there's still money being spent on projects, right? But people are a lot more careful about where they spend their money and how much, and am I getting actual utility rather than these sort of, there's less of the sort of the degen mints. I mean, don't ask Millsy, but there's generally less of that happening and more people smartly, buying not blue chip but projects with a committed roadmap or whatever, right? So you've got these projects like Renga that are doing well, Killer Bears which are doing well, but the other projects that were sort of just because the pictures were popular, they're not doing well, So I think people are still buying and investing. It's just quite different. It's harder to. You see a lot of building. There's a lot of building on Twitter, especially founders getting in. Some projects founders are on spaces every day, just grinding to try and get that following to build up hype for upcoming mints or whatever.
Yeah,
that's tough.
Yeah. So absolutely, it is tough. It is tough for sure. So, there's a lot more careful decisions being made. There is people being successful, but it's just harder. But that I think what people are doing is they're kind of trying to invest now in their time and hoping it pays off later when the market turns around a bit, because the ones that have been building when the market's down are the ones who are going to succeed when it starts turning. So a lot of that going on. Yeah.
I reckon we'll be in a cracker position as well once the bull starts, because we've just sort of been consistent through the bear market. So yeah, I'm excited for it.
Yeah, for sure. And I think the thing that DDS has got going for it is like a couple of things. Like the skulls are well known with the sports identities involved. I mean, everyone saw the KO thing, but great community. You know, like people are from all walks of life who never would have thought of investing in NFTs have. And, you know, this has been a springboard for other things. I think we've got a little unique thing going on here. So, you know, I think we've got the ideal platform, as you say, to expand once this starts turning around. I think we can expand now, right? But it's just building now. I think we almost need to pay it forward and
and that's how we feel as well. And that, you know, while everyone's pushing for phase 3, we really want it to be successful first of all, and also give us that springboard to when the bull comes, that we can do another drop or something similar at that time, when it's going to maximize the potential returns and gains for everyone, not just for founders but for holders of DDS as well. So we don't want to rush, because this is a time to build, and it's not a time to kind of get too ahead of ourselves, because that's when you can tank everything. But we just want to make sure that we're consistent and we're building for the next bull run.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't have to be a money thing either. Just going back to the community, you've got very creative people in this community. You've got Pef, who just jumped up to do a podcast out of nowhere, right? So he's looking at that. You've got people who are great, Kim and Claudia, who are basically graphic designers. There's things that I think we can do that don't necessarily involve money, but involve almost trusting members of the community to go and do things. Absolutely, they're community events, but I think they're the sorts of things we should be doing. Things like the Twitter Spaces, the newsletter are good, but I think there's a lot more we could be doing. So,
agree.
I agree. I think if anyone has anything, just start a ticket, and the worst we can say is no. But if we don't know someone's sitting on something, then it's never going to happen. But if someone's willing to bring it to us, and they're willing to push it themselves, and we'll support them in any way that we can. But more than happy to look at anything. There's nothing's off the table.
Sweet. All right, we've got that commitment. Awesome. And if you say no, you've got Evo after you. So yeah. So just beware.
Reading the tickets now.
Yeah, just make sure they're founders tickets, because I don't want to see them, because I don't want to have to deal with them. Make sure you press the founders button.
Yeah.
I think that's something that we like. Founders tickets are something that you only want founders to see. So sometimes I see tickets that potentially could be handled by mods. Wiz can see them, so Wiz usually takes on those ones. But just the founders tickets was created just so that if you had something that you specifically wanted to say to founders, go there. Nobody else can see it apart from us and Wiz. And
no inappropriate content, please.
Yeah, but it's more if there's something that you really want to raise and you don't want it to be seen by anyone else.
Like me. Yep. Yeah. All right. Good. But no, really, really positive. I know you guys have been building in the background, but I'm pretty excited about the future of the project. So keen to see what's happening. And definitely, if you're listening in the call, don't be afraid to put your hand up. Pef's sort of jumped out on a limb here, and he's going to go down the path here. So I know there's a lot of creative people in this community. So now's your 100%. Chance.
It's full of legends, honestly. This community.
Agreed.
Awesome. No, I'm excited to be a bit more active in the Discord. I've had a hectic 8 weeks just with work. Had a few people leave the business, which has meant that I've had to do a few extra roles, but starting to calm down. So
Jacob
Keen-
wears all the
more
hats.
yeah, I'm literally wearing all the hats at the moment. It's been pretty crazy, but yeah, hoping to spend some more time in Discord chatting with you legends in the coming weeks. I miss you guys. So many legends. I'm just looking at the listeners. Dom, Tegan,
Is Kimberly on?
Courtney,
Can't see her.
Kimberly, yep.
Kimberly
Cameron,
was backing me out for
Andrew,
simping Marion
Olet,
Voices.
Odisi, 333. He's a creative person. Millsy, Micton. Too many legends to count.
Micton's very creative with the memes.
Oh yeah, meme king.
Micton can be too creative with the memes.
Peter Pansy's here too. Ben. Heaps of legends. Feel like I'm gonna need to call out everyone now. Appreciate all of you guys. So anyway, we'll wrap up here, but great to do an AMA. We're gonna try and do more of them, and very keen to hear what you guys want to do to contribute and be a bigger part of DDS moving forward.
For sure.
Thanks, Jules. Thanks, Tats.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Chat soon.